your advertising channels will absolutely fail unless you have this one thing. I'm talking organic, paid ads, outbound, word of mouth, referral, and in the next 5 minutes, you're gonna learn exactly what that is. If we haven't met before, my name is Daniel Schulte. I started this channel to help firm owners like you attract and acquire affluent clients on a regular basis. And with that being said, let's dive in. So when I was first starting my business, I basically tried like absolutely everything. I tried cold calling, cold emailing, I tried paid ads, word of mouth, even referrals, and it seemed like no matter what I did, I absolutely could not close a single deal. I basically could not sell my way out of a paper bag. And so what I came to understand is that no matter where somebody comes from, they're basically on this scale of 1 to 10. 10 being absolutely sold. They know that you are the guy, you're the product that they need. So all they need to know is where they can put their credit card numbers in and buy. And 1 is basically, hey, I have absolutely no idea who you are, what you do. I don't even know if I want your product. And what I found myself running into a lot, whether I was doing, again, paid ads, cold outbound, it didn't matter. Pretty much everybody that came in was at a level 1. And the problem is that unless you're like absolutely superior at sales, which most people aren't, let's just face it, it's really hard and takes a super freaking long time to get somebody from a level 1 to a level 10. So you kind of have two options at this point. The first one is get really, really, really good at sales. The second option, which is what I prefer and what I also prefer my accounting clients to do, because let's face it, trying to get an accountant to also be able to sell is sometimes, not always, but sometimes kind of like sticking a square peg into a round hole, right? Sometimes it just doesn't work. And so what I recommend instead is creating a conversion mechanism such as a masterclass or a webinar that people can leverage. So what I started to do is, instead of doing my entire pitch just on the sales call when somebody came in completely cold, like basically I used to run ads that somebody would click an ad, somebody would give me their information and opt in, and then they would book a time on the calendar, and then they would show up to the call. So there was absolutely nothing in between, okay? But what I started to do is I actually started to give them content, and I had them watch a video before hopping on the call. And what that did is it moved from somebody from, let's say, a level 1 to like a level 3. And then I added an additional layer where I started sending them testimonials and case studies before they hopped on their call. And that moved them from a level 3 to a level 5. And then what I did is I started putting out content on YouTube, basically allowing them to consume that before they hopped on a call. And that would take people from like a 5 to a 6. And then what I did is, after somebody clicked on an ad, it would send them to a video before they could actually book a call with me. And so that would take people basically from, a 6 to an 8. And so by the time they hopped on the call, after I had built out this system over months and trial and error, I had a system where I could take somebody completely cold, put them through this system, and by the time they talked with me or a sales rep, they were basically at an 8. So I just had to basically put them into the hole and close the deal, right? At that point, they were convinced. They knew I was the guy that could help them. They wanted what I had to offer. Otherwise, they probably just, cancel the call or don't show up to the call. And it was a lot easier and a better process for closing those deals because they came in completely educated. I was on a call with one of my group coaching clients, and he was like, hey, I would love to do some kind of masterclass that I can leverage, kind of like what you're talking about, but where do I put it in the funnel? And so ultimately, the way I see it is there's like two ways. You can position the masterclass kind of as your bait or your lead magnet. So you can, promote a free masterclass, hey, come and join us, whether it's on demand or whether it's live, and you can basically have an hour-and-a-half presentation that somebody has to watch before they even get a chance to book a call with you. And what you'll see a lot of people do is they'll make this presentation and there's like no button underneath. And then after 30 minutes or so, a button appears where somebody can then book a call. There's pros and cons to that, right? The pro is if somebody watches that before booking a call, they know they want what you have to offer and they're definitely a high intent lead. The con is that you're gonna get a lot less volume that way, and so you might be paying a much higher cost per booked call. On the flip side, you can do something that gets more volume in the door, which is basically sending somebody to a mini webinar, right? A 5 to 10 minute video. It gives a short pitch on how you can help them, allows them to book the call, and then between when they book the call and when they actually show up to the call, you can have somebody call them, confirm the call, tell them you're excited, confirm the date and time, and then basically say, hey, we're gonna send this video over to you to review, position it as a free training, whatever you want, and then have them consume that before actually hopping on the call. And when you do that, you can still get the volume in there. Again, the quality might not be as high, but you're able to get that volume in there, still pre-indoctrinate them before they actually hop on the sales call to move them from being a completely ice cold prospect over into a warm prospect. That way you can have a much easier time closing them. That's something that's been super, super, super helpful in terms of getting people to buy more often and making your ad channels work. And the great thing about it is that if you're using it, let's say you create a masterclass or a free training, right? If you're using that with paid, you can also use it with referrals. And if somebody comes in from, let's say, search engine optimization, where they search out your firm, then you can also direct them to that masterclass, or if they book a call, you can still send them that same material as if you're only sending it to the people who use the paid ads. So you can leverage this in multiple places throughout your business, and you can also have the sales team watch that as training, right? Because it'll educate the sales team on what exactly it is that you do, and they can also understand how people are coming into the funnel before they actually talk to that salesperson. So hope this video was super helpful. If you want any help building this out, creating a marketing ecosystem, make sure to click the button down below. It's going to take you to our scheduler, where you can tell us a little bit about your business and book a call in with one of our team members. Again, my name is Daniel Schulte, and we'll see you on the next one.